That's right, ladies and gentlemen, safety never stops. So put on your seatbelts because you're about to be taken for a ride by our musical guest this morning, Ashur Petersen, my brother. How are you doing, man? Welcome.
Ek is lekker man, I'm very lekker.
Dis lekker man. Kyk, ons lyk swaap, ons lyk lekker. Die denim baadjies aan, die bling is daar. Huh?
Just a tad, just a tad. You know, you just need a bitchy to make people know you shine.
You just need
early
a
in the morning.
Nice one, dude. There's a cup of coffee for you. Enjoy it.
My darling, my princess.
You see, he's got the princess lingo down.
Darling, my nunus.
My nunus.
Yes,
My nunus.
The love started earlier this
man.
morning. We love it. Dude, so good to have you, man. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude, we're looking forward to your performances. We're looking forward to finding out a little bit more about what you've been up to lately, of course. But let's start unpacking it from the get-go. I mean, you kind of started your musical journey at the age of only 6 years old, very, very young, of course, under the guidance of your father, the late, great Dr. Tali Petersen. Brilliant stuff, man. So you've got a wealth of knowledge with regards to, you know, performing behind you. How do you, though, intend to be your own artist? I mean, how did you take that knowledge and kind of mold it into your own style?
To be quite honest, I didn't really grow up in a house where the singing and the music was pursued through the children, because it was like, being a son of Tali Petersen or being a child of Tali Petersen isn't as glamorous as you think it is. Because if you sing and as a valnoot, like a afnoot, what...
Ja, nee, jy gaan hoor.
Who's singing that? Who's... Hey. So because of that...
Come on.
So because of that, we never really...
Yeah.
Because we're singing in front of Tali Petersen.
Yeah.
So...
Must have been immense pressure, if you, even though it was your dad, you know?
Yeah, like we looked at him as daddy.
Yeah.
Like, jy het jou pak op tyd gekry. But other than that, in a professional musical sense, you looked at him as Tali Petersen because that is the giant and that is who he was in the musical industry.
And of course, he wanted the best for you. I mean, if you were going to be pursuing a career, I'm sure he would have wanted you to be absolutely perfect in what you do.
I wouldn't say perfect, just do the best that you can.
Yeah.
But he was a perfectionist.
Of course.
So it's weird, like you'd come home with 98% for maths and vry vir jou was jy aan 2%. So you had to be like on top of your game all the time.
Ah, dude.
And
but
I really wasn't the academic person in the family.
But I mean, you did very well for yourself. You went on, booked out, sold out shows in some of the biggest venues we have, the Artscape, the Baxter, the Grand West Grand Arena, and well, huge successes for you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that in terms of where you are in your journey and taking a look at the artist that you are today?
Man, to be quite honest, like when I hear people talk about it, I'm like, at the age of 27, I've accomplished all of this by the grace of God.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you are the youngest person to do all of this. You're an award-winning artist.
Yeah.
At 24 years old, like,
man.
For Guma to kennen, like beste boerenmuziek album of the year, beste traditionele album of the year, with the band members from the Jaloers Bookies. Like, I've done all of this, and in my mind, I'm just like, thank God.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. Like, I'm a constant work in progress.
Absolutely, man. And I love the fact that you're saying that, because as a youngster, 24 years old, and being an award-winning artist, you know, back then, already it must have been a big weight on your shoulders and a big responsibility carrying it forward as well, and making sure that you improve, you know. And like you said, you've got such an incredible journey ahead of you. Listen, we are going to be catching up with you for the rest of the morning. You're going to be performing for us. We cannot wait for that. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. You can see die man is reg.
Safe.
Die man is reg. Hy's safe. Ashur Petersen, stick around.